Okay, so good day everyone. So today I'm going to discuss controversy number two, which is the Cavite Mutiny. Okay, so in 1872, there are two historic events that happens in this year. So the first one is the Cavite Mutiny. This is a major factor in the awakening of nationalism among the Filipinos. So first, let us define what is mutiny. This is a rebellion against authority. Comes from an old verb, mutin, which means revolt o pag-aalsa. Okay? So, Cavite Mutiny, uprising of military personnel of Fort San Felipe, the Spanish arsenal in Cavite, Philippines on January 20, 1872. So, when we say arsenal, during a place class, this is where the Spaniards keep their military equipments. No, during a place. So, there are around 200 soldiers and laborers who rose up in the belief that it would elevate to a national uprising. So, the mutiny was unsuccessful and government soldiers executed many of the Filipino participants. So, still, Cavite Mutiny fails, and a lot of its government soldiers and the government soldiers executed many of the participants of the mutiny. Okay, so second, the martyrdom of the three priests. So dinhi class ang kaning tulo ka pari, diri sila gi patay, the death and suffering of the three priests. Okay? Okay, so these three priests is called Gumborza. This is the collected name of the three martyred priests, tagged as the masterminds of the Cavite Mutiny. Okay, so later on you will know nganong sa Cavite Mutiny diri man sila gi-execute or gipatay ang kaning tulo ka pari. Okay? So the Gumborza, they were prominent Filipino priests charged with treason and sedition. Sila class, they were charged with treason, which means betraying their own country, one own country. So since before ang nagdala na to or ang nagrule na to mga Spaniards man. So para sa mga Spaniards kanin tulo ka pare gibetray ta nila. Gibetray ang ilang kaugalingon nga country. And when we say sedition, it is like inciting people nga magrebelde, no? Sa ilahang gobyerno. So makuno ni gibuhat nila. They betray their own country by like influencing or convincing other people to go against or to rebel against the government, which is again ang nagrule na to before the Spanish government. Okay? So the Spanish clergy connected the priest to the mutiny as part of a conspiracy to stifle the movement of secular priests who desired to have their own parishes instead of being assistants to the regular friars. 'Di ba? Sa atong previous discussion, ang mga friars sa propaganda movement gusto po usa sa goal ni Jose Rizal or sa mga Filipino intellectuals is the secularization of parishes. It means natay ato ang simbahan kung asa ang mag-rule mga Filipino nga mga pari. But in here kuno niingon ang mga Spaniards that these three priests ganahan sila magtukod og ilahang simbahan nga sila mismo ang mulid, no, instead of being an assistant sa mga Spanish friars, diba? Okay, wait for a while. Next, so let's get to know each one of them. First one is Father Mariano Gomez. He is an old man in his mid-70s, a Chinese Filipino born in Cavite. He held the most senior position of the three. No, siya ang nataas-taas og posisyon sa tulo. Archbishop Vicar in Cavite. When say Vicar, mura siya representative or substitute bitaw sa usa ka superior nga pare nila. Okay? So he was truly nationalistic and accepted the death penalty calmly as though it were his penance for being pro-Filipinos. Okay. Ikaduha nga pari, si Father Jose Burgos. He is a Spanish descent born in the Philippines. So by the way, we're talking about here Spaniards born in the Philippines or the Spaniards that were born in Spain. So a Spaniard class that is born in the Philippines, just like Jose Burgos, he is called Insulares. So kanide si Father Jose Burgos, natawo siya sa Pilipinas. Ang iyang tawag Insulares. Usa siya ka Insulares. Usa ka Spanish nga natawo sa Pilipinas. So before, he is also called Filipinos. Kay ang term sa una sa mga native, before the term was used para sa mga native Filipinos, ang term nga Filipinos, gigamit din na siya sa pagtawag sa mga Spaniards nga natawo sa Philippines. So before, gitawag po din siya Filipino. And again, Jose Burgos, Father Jose Burgos is an Insulares. Okay? So he was a parish priest of the Manila Cathedral and had been known to be close to the liberal governor, General de la Torre. So on that time, he was 34 years old and was active and outspoken in advocating the Filipinization of the clergy. So bata pa si Father Jose Burgos at that time, no? Si Father Gomez, 70 naman, mid-70s. Yeah. Kani si Burgos, 35. Okay, and the third priest is Father Jacinto Zamora. Father Jacinto Zamora is 37 years old. He was also a Spanish born in the Philippines, also known as an Insulares. So katudeng mga natawo sa Spain class, mga natawo sa Spain, a Spaniard siya, nga natawo sa Spain, mo na sila yung mga Peninsulares. Natawo sa Spain, nga Spaniard, Peninsulares, Spaniard, nga natawo sa Spanish, nga natawo sa Philippines, Insulares. So he was the parish priest of Marikina and was known to be unfriendly and would not countenance any arrogance or authoritative behavior from Spaniards coming from Spain. So isog jud kay si Jacinto Zamora, no? Okay. Now, let's move to the accounts of the Cavite Mutiny. So we have here the Spanish accounts of the Cavite Mutiny. First, we have Montero's accounts of the Cavite Mutiny. Second is the official report of Governor Izquierdo of the Cavite Mutiny. So kani sila class na sila ilahang tagsa-tagsa nga account no or storya about what happens during the Cavite Mutiny. Okay. So let's start with Jose Montero y Vidal. He is a Spanish historian. His account centered on how this event was an attempt in overthrowing the Spanish government in the Philippines. So kaniko nung Cavite Mutiny or mutiny nga gibuhat sa mga Pilipino, it is an attempt to overthrow the Spanish government. No? His account on mutiny was criticized as woefully biased, of course, because Vidal is a Spaniard. 'Di ba? So, ang ihagyang side adto gid sa mga Spaniard madto niingon siyang ato kunong pag-alsa, atong pag-revolt is against the Spanish government. Gusto ta wag tangon ang Spanish government. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Also, class Vidal described that Cavite Mutiny is a plan not to overthrow the rule. At the same time, he also described that the soldiers and the workers kuno nga mga Filipino are ungrateful and rebellious. He believed the Filipino priests were involved in the conspiracy even though there was no solid evidence. So si Vidal niingon siya daano nga katuntulo ka pare involved gito siya sa kani nga panghitabo bisan tuod wala pay sakto nga ebidensya. Okay? Next, Montero's account of Cavite Mutiny. So the idea of attaining their independence, it was towards their goal that they started to work with the powerful assistance of a certain section of the native clergy. So On January 20, 1872, the district of Sampaloc celebrated the Feast of the Virgin Loreto. Came with it were some fireworks display. The Caviteños mistook this as a signal to commence with the attack. Kay unsay nahitabo day class ingon ni Vidal nga ang kasabutan day nila ato kay if mubuto ang firework, that is the sign that the revolt or the battle will begin. Pero natumong manggid class nga ang ilahang nasabutan nga adlaw of explosion sa firework natumong sa pista sa Virgin of Loreto. So, pagpabuto, nagtuo ang taon ang mga Caviteños nga kato nga pagpabuto, start na to nga mag-away sila. So, ang ending, the mutiny, the mutiny failed. Kaya nga naman, napalpak man, pista dito sign of war. Di pa dito sign nga atakay na sila, dili di ay. No, nag-fireworks kinay gi-celebrate nga fiesta. That was according to Vidal. Mo na iyang rason nga nung ni-fail ang mutiny. Okay? Now, sunod, we have here Governor Rafael Izquierdo. He implicated the native clergy who were active in the movement towards secularization of parishes. Ang native clergy nga iyang gipasabot diri class are the three priests, no, katong Gumborza. In a biased report, he highlighted the attempt to overthrow the Spanish government and the Philippines to install a new hari in the person of Father Burgos and Zamora. So kaning duha kuno ka pari, si Burgos ug Zamora, gusto de sila mo puli sa mga Spanish clergy. Gusto nila pulihan ang mga pari sa posisyon nila sa simbahan, no? So they wanted, or the Philippines or the Filipinos wanted to install a new hari, which is Father Burgos and Father Zamora. Muna'y account ni Izquierdo. Okay? Next. According to Izquierdo, native clergy attracted supporters by giving them charismatic assurance that their fight would not fail because they had God's support. Aside from promises of lofty rewards such as employment, wealth, and ranks in the army. So niingon pagid si Izquierdo class nga ang mga native clergy kuno kato kunong mga pari gisulusulan kuno nila ang mga Pilipino to join the revolt, or the mutiny. Kaya nga naman, dili kuno sila mapildi. They will not fail because according to the native clergy, katong tulo ka pare or mga native priest nato, di ta mapildi because we have God's support. 'Di ba? At the same time, ug makadaog pagyud kuno tang mga Filipino, nagpromise kuno ang mga pare nga tagaan sila daghan kaayo nga rewards. Una ni dira employment, silang tanan makatrabaho. Wealth, tanan sila matagaan og kwarta, for example, og mga ranggo sa military or sa ilahang army. Now, makulo na yung mga promises nga gibuhat sa mga native clergy or native priest para suportaan sila sa mga Filipinos for the mutiny. Okay, that is according to Izquierdo. Next. The official report of Governor Izquierdo on the Cavite Mutiny of 1872, so muna siya ganina class no atong gistoryaan nga gusto ta mag-install kuno og new hari in the presence of Burgos and Zamora. No nya ganahan kuno ta magtukod og ato ang monarchy or ato ang kaugalingon nga republic. Nga niingon pagid siya nga ang mga Indios kuno kita kuno wa kuno tay word to describe unsa kuno nga government ato ang tukoron. Okay? And also, according to Izquierdo, kani si Izquierdo og Vidal mo na sila na mga accounts nga niingon nga nung nag-fail ang mutiny. Si Vidal ganina tungod sa fireworks nga na-mistook niya as a sign of explosion sa ilhang battle. Then kani pod si Izquierdo class ang iyang giingon, no? January 20, 1872, according to their versions nilang duha, Filipino revolutionaries in Manila were supposed to light lanterns as signals for the mutineers in Cavite to start the uprising. Okay, for a while kasi akong tarungan akong PowerPoint. For a while. ako sang i-adjust kay. Okay, here. Okay. So according to the versions, ang mga Filipino revolutionaries in Manila were supposed to light lanterns. So lanterns na pud sa pamaagi na pud sa lanterns as signals for the mutineers in Cavite to start the uprising. However, di ba class, ang naa sa Cavite is the arsenal of the Spaniard. Moto didto class katong pagpabuto sa pista, nagtuo tong mga Spanish soldiers nga it's a sign to start the battle. 'Di ba? Which is not kay nag-celebrate naman ng tag-fiesta. That's why daw it fails according to Vidal. Now, according to Izquierdo, naglight na pud kuno tag lanterns, no? Pinaagi na pud kuno sa mga lanterns ang ato ang gihimo. However, the expected signals never arrive. Wala gid kunoy lantern nga nagpakita, nagpatimaw as a sign of magsugod na ang ilahang away. So leading to a failed mutiny once again because ni-attack dayon ang mga Spaniards. Wala pa ta naghatag og sign, but the Spaniards think, maybe they think nga maro guro ning mga Pinoy ay wala naghatag og sign basig unhan mi nilag attack. Then ang ending, wala kuno na fail na pud kuno ta kay nganuman ang mga Spaniards ni song naman kuno nato, no? Gisong naman kuno ta nila. That is according to Izquierdo, no? Kani si Izquierdo ug si Vidal mo na sila na duha ka accounts nga niingon napildi ta tungod kay pirmi na mistok, no? Na mistok kuno nato ang mga signals, 'di ba? Okay, next. In 1872 was premeditated a part of a big conspiracy among educated leaders, mestizos, lawyers, and residents of Manila and Cavite. They allegedly planned to liquidate higher-ranking Spanish officers then kill friars. So, mo siya nahitabo, class, no? Nagsabot-sabot ko ni, no, ang mga educated leaders, mga mestizo, mga residents sa Manila o sa Cavite, nga ilahang patyon ang mga friars, mga pari, no? Nagsabot-sabot kuno ta nga mga Pilipino, kita ko ng mga Pinoy nagsabot-sabot patyon daw nato ang mga high-ranking Spanish officials, at the same time patyon pud nato ang mga pari in the accounts of the Spanish account. So giingon diri class nga kanay silang duha, no, they believe, no, that the reason of revolution is the abolition of privileges enjoyed by the workers of Cavite Arsenal, such as exemption from payment of tribute and being employed in polo e servicios or forced labor. The presence of the native clergy against the Spanish friars conspired and supported the revolts. Mo na ilang giingon, makulong nagrevolta kay kita ko, no, na-abolish ang atong privileges, no? Nawagtang atong mga privileges kung asa manarbaho ta, no, naatay exemption to pay tribute, no, o manarbaho as sa forced labor. Mo kuno ni mga rason nganong nag-alsa ta maong nahitabo ang mutiny. Okay? Apil pagid kuno ang presence sa mga native priest nga kung asa ganahan sila ilisan ang mga Spanish friars, 'di ba? So, also kani kuno mga native priest, they supported the plan, no? Ilang gisuportaan kuno ang plano sa atuang mutiny. Okay. On February 17, 1872, di ba class, that was February 20, ang ilang giingon nga nahitabo ang pag-alsa, ang gubot. On February 17, 1872, the Gumborza were executed by Garote in public to serve as a threat to Filipinos to never attempt to fight the Spaniards again. 'Di ba? So, pag February 17, 1872, adto nahitabo ang execution sa tulo ka pari. Gipakita sa mga Spaniards nga katong pagpatay nila sa mga pari, threat to nga kitang mga Pinoy di na ta magplano usab nga musukol or mo revolt against nila. 'Di ba? So this is a scene purportedly witnessed by a young Jose Rizal. Okay, so naka-witness gid si Rizal kung giunsa pagpatay through Garote ang tulo ka native clergy or native priest. So, okay, we also have here differing accounts of the events of 1872. So, kani si Pardo de Tavera ug si Palashut. Si Tavera class, he is a Filipino scholar and researcher. So most of their accounts are nagpanig sa mga Pilipino, no, pro-Filipinos. So he wrote a Filipino version of the bloody incident in Cavite. Ingon si Tavera class. The incident was merely a mutiny by Filipino soldiers and laborers of the Cavite arsenal to the dissatisfaction arising from the harsh policies of Izquierdo. No, Izquierdo is a general that time. Abolition of privileges and prohibition of the founding of the School of Arts and Trades. So mao kunong nagmutiny ta class tungod harsh kuno or abuses sa mga Spaniards, grabe ka strikto ang ilahang mga policies lagi implement ni Izquierdo. Daghan pagyud kay tag privileges nga wala natuman or wala gi pa dayon. Okay? His report stated that on January 20, 1872, about 200 men comprised of soldiers, laborers of the arsenal, and residents of Cavite, headed by Sergeant La Madrid Rose. Sergeant Fernando La Madrid Glass was a leader of the 1872 Cavite Mutiny. No, he led a group of soldiers, laborers, and residents of Cavite in an uprising against Spanish authorities. So siya nag-lead ato nga time. No, so to assassinate the commanding officer and Spanish officers inside. So kaning silang Sergeant La Madrid class, they were expecting nga daghan kay moabot nga mga army nga motabang nila sa katong mutiny. But that didn't happen. Walay ni abot class, gamay ra kay sila. Nya nakaabot pagyud ang balita. Nakaabot ang balita ni Izquierdo nga ang mga Filipinos nagplan og mutiny. That's why Izquierdo immediately kuno ordered the Spanish troops in Cavite. So iya din gipadala didto ang iyahang mga tao. So after 2 days, the mutiny was officially declared subdued. So nahuman na undang ang Cavite Mutiny. Okay, that is according to Tavera. Makuno na yung nahitabo ato. So niadto ta didto para to fight, but unexpectedly wala ni abot ang expected nga mga tao nga motabang. That's why nakahiring si Izquierdo nga nagduol ang mga Pilipino aw ang iyang gibuhat pong gitawag iyang mga troops until after 2 days sa mutiny nahuman ang mutiny. Okay, so in results, leaders of the plot were killed. So class, ang nahitabo kay na fail man tong mutiny nato kay wa man nitabang nato, daghan pod leaders ato nga kasabutan ang namatay. No, by the way, look at the picture. That is Garote gingana pagpatay ang Spanish friars. Murad ka gihikog class nya gituyok-tuyok gipahugtan, di ba? Magantos ug maayo sa ilahang kamatayon. Ang tulo ka Gomborza, tulo ka pari. Next, Edmond Palachut, a French writer. He complemented Tavera's account and analyzed the motivation of the 1872 Cavite Mutiny. Again, si Tavera o si Palachut ang ilang account kay pro-Filipino. Okay? So here, he says that the arrival in Manila of General Izquierdo put a sudden end to all dreams of reforms. Such policy must really end in a strong desire on the part of the other to repress cruelty. So, niingon siya, mutiny was caused by Governor General Izquierdo's order to collect taxes and forced labor from Filipino workers in the Cavite arsenal. So niingon siya class nga ang hinungdan kuno sa mutiny pag-abot kuno ni Izquierdo nangolekta kuno siya tax, forced labor pagyud sa mga Pilipino, no, didto sa Cavite arsenal. Gipatrabaho ta didto, no, nagikolektahan tag tax. The workers were exempt from taxes and forced labor until then. The workers mutinied on January 20, 1872, the day of payday, when they found the taxes and forced labor fee deducted from their pay. Liman ka, gipatrabaho sila, pero murag nahugragwa nga naman. ang ilang pagpanarbaho ilang gibayaran, at the same time gikolektan pagid sila og tax. So that becomes the main reason ko no nganong we have planned to have mutiny. Okay? According to Palashoot. Okay? So, friars used Cavite Mutiny as a part of a larger conspiracy to cement their dominance. They showcased the mutiny as part of a greater conspiracy in the Philippines by Filipinos to overthrow the Spanish government. Unintentionally, it resulted in the martyrdom of Gumborza and paved way to the revolution culminating in 1898. Remember, pagkamatay sa Gumborza, kay na-witness ni Rizal. That was the pinakagrabe no nga panghitabo nga nakita na witnessan sa mga Pilipino. So on 1896, nag-start ang Philippine Revolution, right? Nagsugod ang Philippine Revolution. And on 1898, adto na to nakuha ang atong independence sud sa over 300 years nga colonization sa Spaniards. Okay? Next. So, Rizal dedicated his second novel, El Filibusterismo, or in English, this is The Reign of the Greed, to their memory. So, adto niya gitribute ang iyahang novel sa katuntulo kapari ang Gumborza, no? Ang kaning El Filibusterismo. So, niingon siya, I dedicated my work to you as victims of the evil which I undertake to combat. Okay, so that's all for controversy number 2, or Cavite Mutiny.